Hello everybody! It's time for the next round of Christmas light finds. Up first is this 140 indoor-outdoor chasing lights. Super bright. And get a load of that price. $59.99. And just for kicks, I have the inflation calculator from 1988 to 2024. That same item today would be $159.50. From 1988 to 2024. So I don't think they would sell too many of these today, but that does seem quite pricey even for way back then. So let's go ahead and take it out of the box and see how it is. Well, first let's look at the back. And there we have it. I think we're in screen. And if you want to look at something a little closer, just pause and look it over. 3.5 volt bulbs. So I want to go ahead and take it out of the package now. And it's old enough to have the styrofoam packaging. Very nice set. I bought this for a backup in case that one I have from 1990 fails. I've got a pretty close equivalent. This one is from 88, like I said. It's got a little tag here that talks about the bulbs, and I saw on there it was one of 1988, but 1988. So go ahead and plug them in, get the old watt meter and see what the specs are. Let's see, that's my extension cord. Whoa, look at that. They indeed work. Here's the controls panel. Just a simple dial. You can speed it up or slow it down. Or you can have steady burning. So let's go ahead and get the watt meter out and see how we're looking on that. PR40 wanted to come out to play, and these are at 82.9 watts. Let's see if there's a change if you put it into chasing mode. Indeed there is a significant change. So that's my 140 count chasing lights from 1988. Up next I have an in the box 35 icicle light set. That's most certainly an 80s packaging there. Let's take these out of the box. See if we can determine when these came from. 3.5 volt bulbs. 1988. So good and vintage now. Let's turn these on. These are in good shape. I don't have to relamp these. Those have a real nice deep colors. Even the blue ones and the pink ones. So those are ready. Those are just plug and play, ready to go. So I have 3 sets of those. So we should be all set for icicle lights on the main tree this year. I've got some twinkle bulbs to look at, some vintage ones from the 70s. First up is a package of D26, or formerly D26 Merry Twinkles, but they still have the Meatball logo with the D26. That might be showing up now. See, there's what they typically look like. But let's take a look at these other ones I have. Very similar packaging, as you can see, except the yellow is now amber. And there's a little subtle difference in these. Don't know if that's going to focus. Let's hope it does. Instead of the Meatball logo, it's got a 26 with a lightning bolt underneath it. So I'm thinking, by the price of those, 89 cents for 4 bulbs, that's probably the 1975, 1976 era before they went to Twinkle Bright. Let's populate some of these and see what they look like. I've now got the lights populated in the test strand. I have put the 5 colors I have: green, red, blue, orange, and yellow, to get a difference between all of them. And there they are. Nice deep rich colors, as you would expect from GE of the era. And orange and blue are already going. The GEs don't mess around. And these are quite fast twinklers. The yellow one still has yet to twinkle. There it goes. So those make a real nice effect. Very good looking lights. Let's turn the voltage down, way down on them, and let them settle down a little bit. Maybe we can see the etches a little bit. There's that 26 with the lightning bolt. And then there's the traditional Meatball D26 right there. So that's a look at the GE ones. So we'll go to the next batch. Up next I have these Westinghouse bulbs. These are from 1971. I'll include a picture of the box here. We'll take a look at these. Westinghouse had blue, orange, looks like almost purple, red and green for their color scheme. Let's go ahead and populate a package of these into the test strand and see what they look like. There's a look at one of the bulbs. On the base it's stamped Westinghouse USA. These are on the box, these are called D26, so that means they are twinkles. I now have the test strand populated. Let's turn them on and see what they look like. I've already had them warming up a little bit, so it shouldn't take them long to start twinkling. And the orange is already going. I found on some of the new old stock ones, they kind of quiver like that at first, and then they'll go to working normally. May take them a few on and off cycles, but they'll get with it. And we're still waiting on the green one to go. Well, I ended up switching that one green one out, and it's going just fine. So let's turn down the voltage on these and see how they behave as the voltage drops. And you can see they're kind of settling down for the most part, twinkling normally, down to about 70 volts. And there's a good example of the filaments, the pattern of the filaments. So that's the Westinghouse D26 bulbs from 1971. And last up on this session of bulbs are some D33 Merry Brights. Anytime I can find some of these, I go ahead and pick them up. These have excellent color. Look at the packaging a little bit. weren't made very long, but they do look nice. Not sure what the story is with these. They phased those out in the C7 and went to just went to the Cool Brights later on. But they did still have the Merry Bright line in the C9 version. I'm sure somebody that knows a lot more about these bulbs knows what the deal was with these. But I'll go ahead and populate a pack. We'll run them about 110 volts. Should be plenty bright. We've got the red, the blue, the rose, and the green. GE did their bulbs right. I can't find any other bulbs that the color looks that nice on. So that's a quick look at the D33 Merry Brights and D26 Westinghouse and D26 GE Merry Twinkles. Thank you for watching.